everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Lounge Season 2, brought to you by the Rotary Club of Achievers Lanka Business School. So, today we are going to talk about a very important avenue in the Rotary movement, and that is the Professional Development Avenue. So, today we have our own Professional Development Director to talk to us about her experiences in Rotary and also the challenges that she had to face during this pandemic. So, welcome, Rotary Sandhiti Jagure. Hi, Sandhiti.
Hi, Udrek.
Hi, how have you been?
I'm doing great.
All right, Santi. So, to start off, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, so I'm Sandhiti and I'm 21 years old and I'm a second year business management undergraduate at SLII.
All right. So, any hobbies do you have?
Yeah, I listen to music when I'm free and I watch a lot of movies and a huge friends friend, if I call it.
All right. So, you must be excited for the reunion then.
Oh, I'm sure I am.
Amazing. Let's move a little more towards road track now. So, how about you tell about your journey in road track, how you started and what made you stay in the movement?
Okay, how I started. I joined Rotract in October 2019 and I joined Rotract because at our orientation at Achievers, Satma was the one who conducted the orientation there, and she was like really hyping up CC, I mean Conquer Colombo, and telling us how exciting all that was and what fun Rotract is and why she joined herself. So that kind of made me interested in Rotract, and then I joined, and then we got to chair me and my co-director got to chair. Seize the Night, which was a karaoke, and with that experience also, the I guess one main reason why I stayed in road track was the satisfaction we get after a project is done. That is, there is no words to say for that. So that was one thing I really stayed for.
Are there any signature projects that in Rotract Achievers that like made a really good impact in you?
Jumpstart for sure.
Uh,
Getting to chair Jumpstart was definitely one of the life-changing experiences. It was quite a challenge, I must say, because with COVID we had to shift it to a virtual platform, and it was totally different from how it used to be. So that was quite a challenge, and even the whole process of it. And I got to know my co-director really well through Jumpstart itself because he was new to the club also. So it was all in all a really nice experience and life changing, I must say.
Amazing, amazing. Now let's move a little towards your avenue, professional development. So, how would you describe the scope of this avenue and the objectives as a club that you wanted to achieve through this year?
Yeah, so when it comes to PD, the main focus is the individual development of the members, and the scope, if we go for it, it's more like providing inspiration and then guidance, and also providing opportunities for our club members for their own personal development. So that was something I tried to achieve through this year's PD Avenue.
All right, amazing, amazing. Um, could you tell us a bit about the impactful projects that you did during this year? Name one or two.
I think I'll definitely go to Jumpstart for that as well. Like, not it was something that it was open for the public, and the participants really did get something out of it, like the workshop series that we conducted, and it really did help all the startups that joined. Like, we covered a lot of areas through the workshop, so it was really impactful. And also, when it comes to the competition itself, they started thinking of their prototypes and all that after uh, applying for Jumpstart. So they they were more encouraged to think more into their business ideas and all that. And keeping that part aside, when it comes to us and what the organizing team got out of it, we build a lot of connections with, if I name some people myself, Mr. Dulit from Kapruka, and lot of other speakers that came for the workshops. We are still in contact with them. So that was something we as organizers got out of Jumpstart, and the whole organizing part of the workshop was also really impactful for us as well. So that is one. And PD Avenue as a whole, we covered a lot of areas of focus, if we can say, we uh, we focused on leadership development and communication and project management skills, work life balance, and women empowerment and CV writing, career tips, and all that. So we covered a lot of areas like training and skills development, personal development, and career guidance. And most of us, I mean, I guess you joined in some of those yourself. We had Food Voyager, which was actually quite fun, and we got something out of it as well. So that all those are what I guess was impactful about PD.
Something that I realize is that no matter how small one session or one project could be, like the total impact of it was great at the end, isn't it?
Like we got lots of wonderful feedback, and if I bring a personal experience myself, I really wasn't this forward when I started my year last year, PD year, and now I am very much forward and talkative to people. I am more open, and I am comfortable around talking to new people, which is something new for me myself. So
Yeah,
that's
amazing,
something.
amazing. It's after all, professional development is all about developing yourself.
It made a huge impact on me. So,
All right. So let's talk about the pandemic. This is something that we not expect at all. So the way we do things completely changed, even in the avenue of professional development. So how did you tackle the challenges that came in your way, and what kind of adjustments you had to do to your projects?
when it comes to PD, there was a pro of sorts when it came to the pandemic, because since everyone had the comfort of joining two workshops from their own homes, there was a significant increase in the participation that we noticed. But when it comes to some projects that we were really anticipating to hold physically, stuff like Food Voyage and Gardening 101, and we did manage to have some Food Voyages physical, but we couldn't continue it throughout the year, so that is something that happened due to COVID. And when it comes to Jumpstart, it was quite a challenge, like taking the whole thing virtual, which was totally new for all of us. And we needed it to be as impactful as it was when it was held physical. So maintaining the standards of last year's and all that, it was quite a challenge with COVID, since we couldn't even
But
physically
despite
organizing things.
But despite all of that, especially projects like Jumpstart were completely turned into virtual and ended up being a success as well. All right, so now we have a special segment arranged for you. It's a fun game segment. So we had the Avenue directors as well. So are you ready for it? It's a small set of questions, and I would call this Would You Rather.
Okay.
All right, so brace yourself, Sanditi. Would you rather have more time or more money?
I guess I would have more time. I cherish it.
All right. Okay, that's a nice answer. Um, Would you rather work more hours per day but fewer days, or work fewer hours per day but more days?
I think I would go for more hours per day and have a lot of free days.
All right. All right. Your next question. Would you rather be stuck on a broken ski lift or in a broken elevator?
Uh, a broken ski lift, I guess, because then the views would be amazing. So I guess I would go.
You
for
don't
that.
have a fear for heights, all of that?
No.
Because when it comes to me, I have a fear of heights, so I might be like stuck in an elevator maybe because I don't see the surroundings, so that it's not very as scary as it is. All right. Would you rather hear the good news or the bad news first?
I would go for the bad news first. So when it comes to the good news, I will then be okay. Like I would then be all calm and okay.
Yeah, sure. All right. Would you rather have the best house in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a good neighborhood?
Best. A worst house in the bad neighborhood would be okay. Like it matters where we stay, so that I guess.
Worst house in the good neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is very important to have a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. All right. My final question is: would you rather become someone else or just stay you?
No, I would stay myself.
It's the best version, isn't it? After
Yeah,
all.
and I'm kind of low-key proud about everything I've achieved so far. So yeah.
That's amazing, Santi. So very well done on the game segment. And we are moving to the end of this conversation now. Let me ask you something like this. If I asked you what your best memory of road track is, what would that be?
I think I would go for Deja Vu. It was this urban training program that we had the last Feb, and it was quite fun. We stayed up all night talking in front of the fire, and after that playing Uno and then singing some songs and playing games and stuff. It was a day I really cherished. So.
It sounds really amazing, truly. All right, my final question to you is: what kind of advice can you give to a potential professional development director, or maybe even a potential road tractor?
For a potential PD director, what I would say is it's quite an important avenue. So this is something you need to balance with other commitments that you have. So this is road tractor is not something that we do because we are free. This is something we balance with all our other commitments as well. So making this a priority would be something I would give to a potential PD director. For a road tract, I must say there are like endless opportunities that road tract has to offer, and I can see a significant growth in myself compared to when I started and where I am now. So I've got to say, you like this is a wonderful opportunity, and you can have really nice experiences and moments that you will cherish forever, and you'll find best friends for life. Literally, I did, so I know. And yeah, so making the best out of road tract is what I would give to a potential road tractor. This
Yeah,
won't be
with what you said, yeah, even in the perspective of professional development, this is like one of the best opportunities that you can get to develop yourself.
And when
All right, then that.
and not just that, like
Yes.
the satisfaction we get when we serve someone else, like when it comes to projects like Sneha and all that, bonding with those kids and all that, like there's this really nice level of satisfaction we get after the commitments that we make for ComServe projects. So that is also something that a person needs to experience in their life. So I think someone should go for that as well. So that is another reason why they should join Rotaract.
I think that's something that I agree as well. The satisfaction you get by serving someone else. That's definitely as you said, someone should experience. So, Sandhiti, that will be the end of this episode. I would like to take a moment and thank you for joining us, for sharing your thoughts and your experiences. And I'm sure that someone who's watching this, maybe be it a rotractor or non-rotractor, will get something from this and either join Rotract or will be a part of the movement in the future as well. So thank you so much for that, Sandhiti.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Until we meet again, stay safe.